Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, wherever you're at. I am wearing a mask because that's the main reason for this video. If you look at this mask, it says, my other mask is a Novistretch, and that's what we're going to get into here on the Corvette. This thing is like famous. Everybody has them on their Corvettes, it seems like. And if you look at the front of my Corvette here, it only has 38,000 miles. It's super clean, and I kind of want to keep it that way the best I can. So I'm going to try out the Novistretch here and get this going. So let's take a look. This is everything from Novistretch. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Novistretch. I don't think it would be Novistretch. That seems kind of weird. So I believe it's Novistretch. This is everything they sent us here for this video, and the main piece though is this right here, or the C5 front bumper mask. This fits all Corvettes 97 to 04. They're all the same, and I have noticed that even if they vary, like a C7 or a C6 front end might be a little different, more variation than compared to the C5. They all seem to stretch and fit. So what we're going to do first is prep the car. It says clean the bumper and surfaces under the car and fender thoroughly. Tar, grease removers recommended. And turn the front wheel so you can start installing the little button screws. The one positive thing about this is you can take it on and off pretty easily, and it doesn't take a lot of work. So like these will stay on the car forever as long as I want them there. They also gave us the universal mirror covers. I'll give those a shot and see. But either way, this would be something cool, I think, to throw on the car, you know, a road trip or something like that, and just keep the big bugs and the rocks and stuff. It might soften the blow from the rocks, maybe not chip your paint as badly, and could give you some life on that front end, which is what I'm looking for. So here we go. First step in the instructions is to turn your wheels, and then it is replace these screws with their screws, which have little snaps on them, basically. I have a 7mm little driver here. These come out super easy. Pull these out. And I like that this is all concealed. Like, it's not gonna be some major ordeal to take this on and off. And their new one actually is a Phillips. I'm trying to do all this with one hand here. They're a little shorter, give it that. Let's see how these go on here. And this is probably you don't want to over torque it, but make it snug. And there you go. And I believe you do the 3 there. I don't think that one way in there gets done, but we'll find out here. So I'm going to finish these other 2 and get the passenger side next. I very carefully set this on here just to give you an idea, and also me. I've never done this before. 3 snaps down the side on each side. And then there's 2 snaps on the bottom. Those come next. The hood comes after that. What you're supposed to do is you pick a side, 3 snaps, stretch it across the other side, and then catch the other 3 snaps. So 6 snaps to start. Let me set the camera down here and show you sort of how this works. I'm going to be careful here to not let this hit the ground because I don't want to get anything trapped in it. So what I'm going to do here is just sort of gently hold it with my left hand and use my right hand to catch these snaps on the driver's side to start. Super easy. Snap 2, and then snap 3. That's it. Now, without twisting it and trying not to let the snaps or anything hit the paint, so defeat the whole purpose of this, you're supposed to kind of just take this, and if you look, it's kind of flimsy, but I mean that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to be like an old school leather bra that's going to beat your paint up. So you can kind of make this sort of idiot proof as you pull it across. Now they did say it's going to be taut and tight, so pulling it like that is fine. It's on there, and I mean you can already tell it's almost like a nice soft glove just fitting right over the car. So now I'm going to try to catch this side, which is a little trickier because it's my left hand in there. 1 snap, 2 snaps, last one, come on, 3. They're all on there. What it says to do at this point is go underneath and find where the snaps line up with some various screws under there, and then replace the bolts under there with their button screws. So I'm going to do that, see what it looks like, and then I'll show you after I get that done. Kind of cool though. It's very, very soft. It almost seems like a super sharp rock would cut it, but I mean, for the cost, I mean, it's pretty quality. It's nice. Without making you too dizzy under here, let me show you what we got. So don't mind my messy radiator supports. That's previous owner. I just got this car, so don't blame me for that. And then also, if you look up here, you can see it's a bottom breather, and I need to sweep out my radiator. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Here's the snap, and it's kind of near the radiator support, and they say find the nearest screw. Well, there really isn't one, so you kind of have to go. Let me see if I can get this lit just right. Right there's where I put it, and there's the snap, so it almost pulls all the way over. See if I can do this without, it pulls over, and then you snap it on there like so, and then it's on there, and it's good. It's not gonna impact the airflow to the radiator or anything. And then we'll snap on the other side, and then we move on to the hood, and then we're done. All right, so last part's the hood, and my daughter Lily had a great analogy and thought on this mask. What do you think?
It looks like it won't catch coronavirus.
Yes, we're putting a mask on our Corvette here to prevent the COVID from... That's very funny. So let's get this hood part done next here. I gotta get this hood open. Last portion is we have to secure this top. And they give you, it's almost like a little double reinforced edge here, kind of like almost like a pocket. I mean, you can put your finger through it there. And so what's going to happen is they say it looks like to catch it on these tabs right here. Okay, so they kind of go up. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. And then you sort of catch it around there like so. Make sure there's, now there's also like a little plastic rivet on there if you want to get it past that rivet. Now this last one is same thing. Kind of catch it up under there. The other side kind of goes the same way. I went ahead and I tucked this down in here. I mean, they show it in the picture. It's kind of all across there. I mean, I guess you could kind of pull it up a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily stay in there. You see how it's kind of right there. Like this one's the same way, but I mean, it's gonna settle where it settles. You know, it's caught on all three of these, and there's not any others that I think I'm missing. So that's it there. Let's see what happens when we close the hood down, because it looks like it's gonna close in the hood. Right like that. And that's sort of your line right there. I mean, it's cool. If you had a black car, you would barely even know it was there. And it's like a little tear there on it, but I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I feel like that's going to happen very easily. It's not the toughest of fabrics, but it's definitely going to slow down anything that's hitting it. Bugs, rocks. I feel like the one rock, it could just rip it, like especially down here where it's not against the body. I mean, a rock coming in there full speed, I feel like it put a hole in it. But either way, that's what it's there for. It's almost like this makes the sacrifice for your paint. So what I'm gonna do here is, next move is I'm gonna mount the camera up, probably suction cup it up on the front here, and I'm just curious how much or how little this will end up flapping in the breeze on this thing. So let me get that going, and we'll mess with the mirrors, and that'll be the Novistretch. It does stretch though, that's for sure. Pretty slick, neat product. Next up is the mirror covers. These you have to have a little touch to get these. I'm gonna go to the other side and show you. These are cool. They're a little overkill, but I mean, if you're buying a new Corvette or even one of these and you want it to stay nice, you got to get one of these on there. It's going to protect that thing sticking out there, the mirror, and it's chips show up on here for sure. So let me go to the other side and I'll show you what I mean here with having a little finesse. So it looks like a sock with a hole in the end. You want to take the, let's say the less open end, and that just goes over the mirror, stretches, and you're pretty much on there, like so. You kind of just get it, so it's basically a little tiny hole on your mirror, as you can see right here. And then what you have to do is, they say a credit card, your driver's license, even a if you have like a little plastic pry tool, you kind of, see if I can get this one any better than I did the other one. The other side took me a minute or two to figure out. So you kind of get this started here the best you can anyway. It's really stretchy, so that's the problem. So then you slowly get this caught, and then as it's in there, and you can kind of see if you're not careful with it, you're back to square one. So I'm going to attempt to pull this one here. Let's see if I can get this edge. Oh yeah, that one went way faster. And there you go. Let me grab this. Installed, protected, and then you can fiddle with these little edges if you want to get them just right. But I mean, these aren't for show cars, but they're to protect your car. And once you get to the car show, you pop it off of there. So there you go. As you can see there, really rock solid, not much movement, nothing. It's really tight. I mean, it's there. It's loose, but it's not. It doesn't. The wind cuts through it, so it's kind of a tight fit as it moves along. I will say I'm curious on longevity, and I'll report back if there's any issues on here or show you afterwards. One trick they did say was make sure you don't leave it on too long. It is going to attract dirt. Dirt's going to get in there. So imagine dirt getting in between those two pieces, your paint and the mask. You're going to have some scratch issues, possibly, things like that. You can hand wash this. I would say that'd be a good thing to do every, I don't know, few hundred miles you use it, depending on where and how you use it. But my plan is I'm going to keep it in the trunk. It's lightweight, it's small, and then I'm going to just pull it out as needed and use it as needed. But very clever product. I'll put a link below on this. Last thing I'm going to do here is show you how easy it pops off. So let me set the camera down and then we'll finish this up. Just like the install, you open the hood. I don't think it necessarily matters which one you take off first, but you undo your snaps. 3 on this side. It's tight, all right. And I'll do the other side. This would probably keep it from hitting the ground. 3 on that side. And then you have your 2 on the bottom. 1, 2. And then it is caught there, which is nice, and you can just pull it off of these couple things here. And that's it. We're off. Pretty simple. It rolls up into a little ball there, or a little roll, and then I'm just going to keep it right there in my cargo net, or you can drop it down in the cubby, wherever you want it, and then it's out of the way and hidden. So thank you for watching that. Novistretch, link below. Check them out. They do make a number of cars, C5s, up to C8, Challengers, Mustangs, things like that. Even I believe a Charger's on there. And it's a cool product. Definitely, I don't want to say a big company. They seem sort of low key, but what they make is really quality looking. So check them out. Like I said, link below. Subscribe for more on the Corvette. More in the garage here coming up, but super excited about this car. Taking it to a track day soon here, I believe. Been doing some routine maintenance, getting the 1999 stuff out of it and new stuff into it. So that's what I got. Thanks for watching. See you next time.